welcome back to Chopping It Up, episode 3 with me, Shelly D. Today I have Golden Glow with me and we are going to be discussing child grooming. Hey, you alright?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, Thanks so much for being here.
No
Let's go straight into it. Like, where are you from?
I'm from West London, born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay, so like growing up, obviously the topic is child grooming. Like, how did you find yourself kind of in that situation?
Well, how I found myself in my situation was the guy that I kind of got involved with, he was like my best friend at the time. That was her uncle, and he was also like a close family friend. He was like a wheeler dealer man, you know. My mum used to buy like meat off of him, designer clothes, like tickets to raves, like anything that you wanted, he was just the guy in the area to go to. That's kind of how I ended up getting involved with him.
Okay, so when you say you got involved with him, was he kind of targeting you alone?
No, there was loads of us. Like, this guy, he's quite well known, and like there was people that were like older than me at the time, like in their 40s, that was warning us, like, don't go near this guy, like he's an abuser, he's a paedophile, and no one didn't really heed the warnings.
I suppose when you're young like that and you kind of can get what you want, you can go out, he's giving you certain things, you don't really see the issue. I think that's where grooming comes in. As a child, you don't notice it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, people can tell you, oh, he's this and he's that, until the cows come home, but you just don't see it. You know, you see a guy that's like, yeah, if I want to go raving, he's getting me guest list. Don't have to stay in no queue. We're going Brighton. You know, like, I'm wearing the finest clothes, all of these things. Like, you're just looking for the fast life type of thing, you know. You're not really looking at the consequences or sit deep in it on a deeper level. Like, this man is an old man and I'm a little girl. Like, what does he want with me?
What did your mum say? As in, like, when you're with your friends and you're always at this guy's house, didn't your mum think like, well, hold on, he is a grown man. Why do you keep on going there?
This is the thing. Where he was like a family friend of my mum's, like when I first started going there, I would always go with my friend, and that was her uncle. So obviously my mum didn't really think anything of it, just like, oh, she's at her friend's uncle's house. She didn't really clock the reason why we was actually going there. And then there did come a time where I did like come forward and come clean to certain things that happened to my mum. And she just flat out was like, no, he wouldn't do that. That's family friend, this, that, and the other.
See, this is a big part of the problem as well. When, you know, we encourage our children to come to us and tell us anything good, bad, or the ugly. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of young girls and boys, but a lot of primarily young girls, when they feel they can't be believed, people not believing what they've said has happened to them, then why? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
where else do you go? Who else
go?
can you turn to? You know, if you're coming clean to your own family and your own family is like saying, nah, that didn't happen, or you're the cause, or like, it kind of makes you put up them shutters like, well, later, if my own people ain't really helping me to deal with this thing, like, who's going to help me? The government ain't going to help me if my own people ain't helping me.
The thing is, this guy that groomed you, he was actually associated with that big story I'm sure everyone heard about years ago, the Millie Downer, wasn't he?
Yeah, so the guy that killed Millie Dowler, he was part of a wider paedophile ring, and the guy that I was involved in is part of that paedophile ring. I mean, I've been outside Levi Benenville's house before.
With this guy?
With this guy.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm saying? So even though, like, yeah, it was a traumatic experience for me, I have to thank God every day, because I could have been Millie Downer. You know, not to say that I'm proud or I'm glad that it happened, but I do class myself as lucky, and I do see the blessing in the situation, because, boy, you know, that could have easily been my life taken.
When did you think in your mind, even though, how old was you at that time?
I first started going to his house, I was about 11.
So at around 11, when did you feel to yourself like, oh, this ain't normal?
I think there was always a part of me that knew that it wasn't normal, but it was something that I just kind of chose to ignore. Like, I wasn't a stupid girl growing up, I was quite street smart, but I think it was the benefits for me kind of was outweighing the cons of going there, you know. I'm like, well, you know, I'm going there, I'm getting drugs, I'm getting alcohol, he's taking us to Brighton on Sea, we're going raving all the time, like I was living the life, like this is fun. Do you know what I'm saying? So you just choose to kind of overlook certain warnings.
Yeah. So you and your friends are in this house. Did you see him like physically touch anyone? Did you see it for yourself? Did he touch you? Because there was a point you were saying you lot played fight.
Yeah, that's how it started. Like, we all used to go to his house, and this was like back in the day. He was like the first guy that I'd ever seen a flat screen TV. You know, like his house was like the play area for the young children to come, like PlayStation, everything was just on tap, anything that we wanted. So. And there was loads of us that used to go there, like so many girls, like loads of us. And what's funny, looking back now, we all kind of come from dysfunctional families, either no dad or mum's an alcoholic or drug addicts. There wasn't one person that had like a normal life that was going there.
See, but this is the scary thing. That's the scary thing. They prey on the vulnerable. It's almost like they actually pick you out. It's not like a young person walks past and they're like, yeah, I like that one. They pick you out on your circumstance.
Yeah, 100%. And I think people have this misconception of child groomers, like, oh, they just pick a person out, like walking down the street, and then they start grooming them. More time is people you know.
100%.
You know, more time is people within your family or a close family friend, and I think people then either choose to turn a blind eye because it's in your family or it is someone you know, or you get the strong people that stand up and make a stand and say, no, I'm not having it.
And is that what happened?
For me, no. Like, I came clean to my mum. Obviously, she kind of was just like, no, like, don't believe you kind of thing. My other side of the family, I kept it hidden. Like, you know, people are gonna watch this and be like, wow,
what do you mean?
I didn't know that you went through this. I kept it well hidden because it was kind of something that I was ashamed of. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, as much as he was wrong and he's a grown man and he knows better, I suppose it's kind of dealing with, I kind of in the back of my head always knew that it was wrong as well. So it's kind of like coming to terms with, like, you put yourself in a situation and now this is what's happened.
Yeah, but you know, the obviously you're here speaking about it, so obviously hopefully that shame has left you now.
Yeah, of course,
you know,
100%.
You know it's not your fault. So he went to jail. How did that come about?
Well, it's crazy. So basically, when I was going there, so many people were reporting him, like saying there's something not right because there was so many young girls coming in and out of his house. You're an old man. Do you know what I'm saying? And the police, I think the police themselves chose to turn a blind eye to it because he was painted as the local town hero because there was an incident where a woman was getting mugged and I think he stepped in and the person axed him in his head. So obviously he's painted as the local hero and the police just weren't doing nothing. How he got caught was he was selling drugs. So the police bugged his car and bugged his house, and then they got him on tape offering a 12-year-old girl milk, which was cocaine. And when they raided his house, they found like love letters from 12-year-old girls. They found 11-year-old girls' pajamas. Luckily, when they did catch him, I was long gone
Yeah.
out of the scene, you know, I'd already moved on. But it's like, it took you all of that. You weren't even coming for the paedophile thing, you was coming for drugs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So if you weren't coming for drugs,
You
what
would
you
still-
would have let
yeah.
the man still
Yeah.
be on the road ruining people's lives? Because it's only true to say I'm a strong person and I've got thick skin that this thing didn't break me.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But not everyone is
It's
built like that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. How long did he get?
6 years. 6 years.
And what was that for the drugs?
I think that was for the drugs and the
Oh my God,
paedophilia.
you see what I mean? It's like you. It's so disheartening because there's so many young people going, boys as well.
Yeah,
do you
that
know what
go
I mean?
through this
Because
thing.
grooming isn't just about sex. Do you see
No.
what I'm saying? And a lot of young boys are being groomed to sell drugs. Do you know what I mean? Going up to country, going back, and these guys are, you know, befriending them because they know the situation.
That's
You know that
exactly
your
what
mum's
it
working
is.
3 jobs. You know you ain't got
Yeah,
no dad
that's
there.
exactly
Do you
what it
understand?
is.
And that
That's
is grooming as well.
What the guy said to me was like, oh, you know, I know, like, your dad's not around, passed away, whatever. Like, I'll take care of you. Anything that you need, just let me know. And
You
then
build-
that's
you build
how I
that trust.
kind of started to go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. So he's out now, obviously.
Mhm.
So fast forward, how did that impact your relationships?
It did. It kind of knocks your self-worth because, you know, it's like, how can I put it into words without making it sound too grim? Like, when you're meeting a guy and you're dealing with all of this trauma and your self-worth is so low because someone has just taken something from you, like, without even asking, type of thing. So it's kind of like, I started to feel like no man's never really gonna want to be with me, or like they're just gonna want me for one thing.
So, like your relationships, like when it comes to, we'll keep it 100, when it comes to having relationships and sex in a relationship, is it a thing where, because I hear this all the time, this is why I'm asking, a lot of women have said that it means nothing.
Yes, I'm desensitized to sex. Like, sex don't mean nothing to me. We can have sex all day long, don't mean I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's very, like, it's not an intimate thing for me now because it was never an intimate thing in the beginning. When you're, you know, this man was my first ever sexual experience.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, how do you then go on to have healthy sexual experiences when, you know, your first sexual experience isn't healthy? How do you kind of gauge it?
It's being taken away from you. Do you know what I mean? So you have children.
Yes.
You have 2 girls.
Yes.
What your experience? Obviously, we never want to take our experience and our trauma and hand
push
it
it onto them.
down to our kids. But sometimes you do it and you don't
even
know.
know.
Was
Yeah.
that something that
Definitely.
you feel you done?
Definitely. When I had my first child, like, it's gonna sound so stupid, but like, I was forever like, wouldn't put her in a skirt, wouldn't put her in a dress. I was dead against girly clothes. I'm like, later, why am I dressing her up for the paedophile man down the road to come look at her? Do you know what I'm saying? I was very funny about letting her stay at people's houses, like family, and that is it. Like, so it does. It impacts you, and it impacts your kids without you even realising it.
Yeah. So where are you now? Like, where is your, because these things are so hard to get over. You know, hundreds and thousands of people like experience traumatic experiences and bury it. They don't get over it. They just bury it and just keep it moving. It's happened.
That's exactly
how
what I
have
did.
you dealt with it?
I buried it down for so many years. Like I said, like, I didn't speak about this to hardly anyone. There was only like a few handful of people that knew, even people in my own family, like even down to my kids.
Yeah. Is
Do you
that
know what
because
I'm
you
saying?
didn't want to be judged?
Yeah, I think it was not being judged, like people like believe in me, or people kind of forming an opinion of me. It just kind of made me like very closed off to it. So it was like, you know, you just put it in the compartment and you don't touch it again. You just leave it there. And it was only like I started to go through like traumatic things in my own personal life that I had to start unpacking all of these boxes and really start dealing with my stuff that I've got going on. And I'd done like a year's worth of therapy.
I was going to come to that. So you did end up going to therapy?
Yeah, kicking and screaming. Didn't want to go. Did not want to go at all. But do you know what? Like, I can honestly say, like, it's made me more comfortable within myself. Like, I can sit up here and talk about these things and not feel no way. It's kind of like I've unboxed the box of this situation. I've dealt with it, I've analysed it, I've reflected on it, and now I can just dash it away.
Do
you know what I'm saying? Just leave it there. I'm done with it. I'm comfortable within myself. It didn't kill me. It made me stronger. And I'm here to tell the tale. Thank God.
Thank God. That's the main thing. So what have you got going on right now?
Well, currently I'm in uni studying health and social care management. I'm in my second year. So obviously the goal with that is to get my degree, and I would like to open up like a young children's home or something, something for the young people.
100%, that's what's needed. That is what's needed. A lot more of us reaching out and telling these kinds of stories, and to prevent another young person. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all about spotting signs. Do you know what I mean? So if someone's come here and you're saying your story and there's another young girl like, oh, hold on, I know a guy that's trying to give me everything.
Yeah, you can see the red flags.
You understand? So that's why we're here. But it's an amazing story. You're a strong woman, you know, and wow. Do you know what? So I'll tell you what's shocking is because locally you wouldn't think that the national news, when it came to Millie Dowler, that you were kind of in that kind of circle. That's crazy. I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
There was so many of us, like so many girls that used to come to that house. Like, I can't even tell you. And we was all, you know, he used to make us call him Uncle Joe. We was all Uncle Joe's girls. You know, and because he was the top man, them times we would walk through the town like, no one can't trouble us. You know, and we'll be there chilling. And it's like, looking back, like I see certain things that he was doing, like he would always say, I was in jail with the Cray twins and we got bodies buried over here. But he's talking and he's not saying it as a threat, but it's just out there. It's mind manipulation. Like, you want to try and come out of this thing? The bodies are over there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow. So that's obviously that shut you lot up. You know, I'm not going to tell no one after there's a body over there. Do you know what I mean? But you know, at the end of the day, you're here to tell your story. What would you say to young girls and boys?
I would say, guard yourself. Like, guard your innocence. Guard your, what's the word I'm looking for? Guard your virtue. If you're with a man and the man is older, like so many years older than you, or they could even be the same age as you, and they're just giving, everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a price. Nothing in this world is for free. And even the mothers as well of these young girls and boys, just because you know the person doesn't mean that they're not gonna abuse your kids. Because more time it's someone that you know, more time it's someone close to home. You very rarely hear about, you know, someone getting taken off the streets and getting put into a paedophile ring. They do it so meticulously. It's years of getting to that place. I was going to this man's house for years before he ever even done anything sexually with me. Do you know what I'm saying? So they break you down. It's like they break your spirit before they break your body.
Wow. So I thank you so much for coming on.
No, it's my pleasure.
Like, this one's blown me away, can't lie. So, do you know what I mean? We're going to leave it there because I'm like, whoa. But, you know, I would like to say also for the parents, you know, open your eyes and see what's really going on. Do you know what I mean? I know the world's moving so fast, we're working, we're doing so much.
Don't take everything for face value.
Yeah, be careful who you have around you, lot's children. Do you know what I mean? Be careful and listen to what really comes out of your child's mouth as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for watching, chopping it up with me, Shelly D. We will be back soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Till next time.